When the looting starts, the shooting starts. That was a direct quote from our president. Wow. It boggles the mind, doesn't it? When just a couple months ago, an angry Caucasian mob marched up to a Capitol building with guns, nothing happened to them. If that had been anybody of color, they would have been tear gassed, shot down, you name it, it would have happened. I think it's funny that he would say something like that because our country was actually founded on looting and rioting. In 1773, during the Boston Tea Party, it was rioting thugs disguised as minorities who founded America. They were fed up and angry with the government who did not listen to them and took matters into their own hands. Now this was actually a founding moment in American liberty. Today, we call it looting and rioting. Back then, we called it a revolution.
I guess that's how the game goes. Lifestyle getting real. Lifestyle is a handful. I'm a one, only one dog. That's a fact, that's a case closed. Do road in a
Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Anyways, that's Alex, everybody. So I ended up on the Channel 7 news today. Caught me completely off guard.
Can we talk to you on Channel 7 while you're out here?
Sure.
Not right now, just walk with us in a minute or two. In a minute or two. What's your name?
Erica Dorsey.
Erica Dorsey?
Yes. And let me tell you, I was super nervous. But I felt compelled to say something. Now, I didn't get to say everything that I wanted, but I wanted to express how beautiful it was to see everyone come together for the Black Lives Matter cause. I also did it because I believe right now that if you have a platform, no matter how big or small, use it. Use it. All of our voices matter. All of us. I don't care what race you are, your voice needs to be heard. Plus, you never know when you're going to inspire someone else to speak up. So regardless of how nervous I was, I let that reporter interview me.
Protesters on foot, but some on motorcycles, some in their cars. What message they have? I want to bring in one of those protesters right now, Erica Dorsey. And you have been walking, you brought your son out here. Tell us what it's been like on this Thursday to walk up and down Los Angeles.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how everyone has come together with so many different colors and backgrounds to really support Black Lives Matter. It is such a big issue, right? It's been a big issue in this country since this country started, and I'm just so glad that we're standing up and doing something about it right now.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Erica. And that's the scene that we continue to follow.
I just pray that looks good. Honestly, I watch TV through apps, so I was never really able to find the footage, but I just hope that whatever's out there turned out okay. So I'm gonna backtrack here and tell you how this happened. We were at home and I had just finished giving Alex lunch when all of a sudden Michelle and I heard all this commotion going on downstairs in the street. We just heard honking and woo! We realized it was a small group of Black Lives Matter demonstrators. Now, in one of my previous videos, I talked about how I really wanted to get out there, but because of the illness that's going on and the unpredictability of the protests at the time, I just could not risk myself or my son. But after the National Guard came in, I felt like things got a lot more peaceful. It really weeded out the looters and the other groups that were making the protesters look bad. So I felt a lot better about going downstairs to check it out. So Michelle and I decided to go down to the street to check it out just outside our lobby. But we missed them by a breath. We just caught the tail end of them. That's how small the group was. It wasn't a long walk or anything. So Michelle and I decided to follow them to the park that's next to us.
Matter movement came down to our neighborhood, so Michelle and I came to check it out.
got to the park, we realized the group was small enough and the park was big enough where we could social distance and still stay for the rally.
We are out here at MacArthur Park attending a super peaceful protest. The young leaders are amazing, and it just warms my heart to see how everyone is showing up. So many different races and colors here showing up for Black Lives Matter.
We had our mask on, Alex was in his carriage, so completely safe.
You know, I am actually happy I got to attend one of them because looking on the news, everything's been so chaotic. I haven't wanted to bring my son or risk myself, so I'm so happy to be by our neighborhood marching it.
You're trying to keep the love. But we gonna end this today, y'all. We gonna end it together. I love you.
Everyone's out here trying to fight for a better future for you and other groups like you.
Do not, and I repeat this, do not let the media fool you. All protesters, and say this with me, all protesters are not vandals and looters. This protest was very peaceful, and the young leaders were super positive and upbeat people. Now, at the initial protest, there were a lot of anarchist groups, thieves, and white supremacy groups.
I believe it's sunset of law. Tomorrow, come out here. Bring your friends. Here's the deal. They ain't got no excuse because you can see this is peaceful as hell. This is peaceful. So be out here.
I just want everyone to know this protest has been extremely peaceful and the camaraderie is beautiful. Don't believe everything the news is saying.
So let's make sure that we pick up our bottles, we throw them away when we're done, and that we stay clean because we don't just want this to be peaceful, but we also want this to be clean, right?
All they wanted to do was stay peaceful and clean. I believe the leaders even instructed everyone to make sure that they pick up all their trash and bottles so that we don't leave a mess.
Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, check my repertoire, don't check me not. Let's just checks involved. I've been feeling like I'm next to God, next to God, next to God. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Let's just checks involved. I've been feeling like I'm next to God, next to God, next to God. Never fold, never ever fold, never ever stone a rolling stone till I'm in Rolling Stone. Bet I'm close to gold, need a place, need a safer bank. I've been.
You know, it's bewildering to me how in 2020, we are still fighting so much inequality in this country. It is beyond ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a room where people have said something racist and I said nothing. I stayed silent. I don't know if it's because I was shocked at their audacity, at their ignorance, or if the truth is that I just didn't want to draw attention to myself. I would often wonder if they forgot, hey, I'm a black chick in the room. How do you think it's okay to say that in my presence? But I said nothing. And I regret that. I regret every time someone has said something offensive to me. I regret not speaking up. It's time for that type of silence to end. If someone says something offensive, you call them out right then and there. You do not let them get away with it. So do all lives matter? Of course they do. That has never been a question. Never. But since this country was founded, it has always been a question of whether black lives and other people of color matter. Always. And the heartbreaking truth is the answer to that question has never been clear-cut in America. You would think it is a simple question with a simple answer, but it's not. Because at one time, that answer was a resounding no. At other times, it was a maybe. Or yes, they matter, but not more than a Caucasian life. I mean, to even create this country, mass genocide was committed. Let me tell you, all black lives do matter. And our fight is far from over. So as the dust settles and your social media feeds go back to normal, I want to remind you of a few things. Breonna Taylor's killers are still free. There are children in cages. I refuse to believe that there is not a better way, a more humane way to deal with the deportation process. Too many to count have fallen victim to an unjust system not designed for them, not designed for us. This system was not built for us. Our country will never be united until there is truly liberty and justice for all. So use your platform. Speak up. We need to keep pushing, keep marching, and keep sounding our voices harder than ever. Use your voice. Don't let the dust settle.
I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to